This is Daniel Lakstins, and you're listening to the Ultimate Reality Surfing Program. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so that way you can always get this awesome content for helping you to create the best life ever. Hi, this is Daniel Lakstins, and welcome to the Ultimate Reality Surfing Podcast. I'm actually on the road, so a lot of y'all may be wondering, well, where's the podcast? But that's the reason why. A way that you can grow in your manifestations and becoming the best version of who you are. And so doing that, we provide these podcasts at no charge. And so Daddy's got to make some money. Hey, here's my co-host, Ronan. How's it going, buddy?
Pretty good, Daniel Lakstins. How are you, man? Good seeing you again.
I'm just so glad to be back in Texas. I've been helping out my father, my brothers, my family with my dad because he's got dementia. And now I'm on the road, but we've been talking about manifestations. Talk to me about your manifestations, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I try and look inside myself and figure out what it is that I need to do. And I'm always trying to create something. So my creative streak is like, you know, making more courses for people, teaching people how to be better remote viewers. And I need to manifest that revenue stream to help other people.
It's exactly what all of us are trying to do. Money isn't necessarily the manifestations that we're looking for, but it takes money to manifest those manifestations that we're truly looking for, which is the education, the helping. Our goal in life is to help hundreds, if not millions of people to find the best version of who they are. And I see you doing that. There's different avenues in manifestations and in the esoteric realms of where our gifts are found. You teach remote viewing, healing, what you've been working on the past maybe a few weeks or the past month.
I've been trying to tap into the manifestation code and find out what's working, what ain't working for folks. You know, why can billionaires manifest and the rest of us can't? And it's because they have access to more resources and they have money to make money. Like if you hand someone $10 million and come back 5 years and say, hey, how's your investment doing? They'll say, what investment? I blew the $10 million 4 years ago. I'm looking at the manifestation teachings and finding a lot of them are watered down and they're not going to get you what you want, but they're attracting a lot of people.
You know, I was doing really well before the episode that we all went through. I was trying to manifest something really big. And I was doing really well. I mean, I was actually a very wealthy person. And then I got wiped out. A lot of people may not know that about me. I don't talk about it because you talk about the things that you don't want, then you may draw more of that into your reality. So I avoid those things. But as I manifest more things, when it comes to like manifesting money, basically I manifested a bunch of money. And my watch was stolen, which is a Rolex. And today's value is like $12,000, but I had plenty of money to buy it back. And during COVID, you couldn't find one. So I never was able to get it back. And I still don't have it. I have this one that was given to me by Elvis Presley's nephew. And so I still feel this is an amazing watch to have. And I'm like, well, I manifested this watch, which is cool. I still want my old watch back, but until I do, I'm going to be thankful and grateful and appreciative for what I do have. And that's the whole part of the game. We go through these ups and downs. And for me, that's a law of rhythm. And for me, it's happened. And I think that I'll be a better version of who I am when it's all over with. So Elvis would give these watches out to people. So Tessa, whatever it is. Yeah. You guys know what the watch is.
Leave a comment in the section below. But we're all creator gods, and we forget that. We are a source put into human bodies to overcome challenges and tribulations, and then we get angry about it. So how do we solve that problem? Well, you create a solution to your problem. Sometimes it's not always easy. Sometimes you're going to get more muck thrown in your face or dirt or mud thrown in your face, but you're going to come out the other side and you're going to be better, more powerful, and more able to manifest better on the other side.
It's absolutely true. Yeah. Much stronger, much more. Yeah. Look at the muscles here. Very strong, powerful muscles. with manifestation abilities.
So one of the things that works for manifestation is using glyphs. And there's a book about this. You can create your own glyph and then put energy into it. And it kind of works like you know, praying to that specific energy, but you put energy into an image that you create, and you're manifesting through that glyph, GLYPH, and you can manifest things more easily through that. And it becomes like a representation of what it is that you want. And you infuse, because it's easier to give something else the power to manifest than it is ourselves. We allow something else to have that manifestation power before we'll allow ourselves to believe that we are gods trapped in physical beings.
Yeah. Have you read the Transurfing with Vadim Zeland yet?
Right.
So any of the ones that are listening, Transurfing is a really good book. But what Vadim Zeland says is that he's this one chapter. He's like, "Do you have a guardian angel, or do you believe in guardian angels?" And he says, "I suggest that you do, because whatever you invest energy into that is like a non physical entity, if it's your entity, it's helpful." So I'm working on that too. You have golems that you used to teach in your classes too, but what is a glyph? Is that a acronym, or what is that?
No, a glyph is like a little, a sigil type of object that you make on, cuneiform or glyphs and different. It's a pictograph that you make based on your manifestation, what it is that you want. And, the golem part, I'll just talk about that briefly. Thought forms and egregores are also a good way in order to infuse something else with the power that you have, because it's easier to believe that something can do it for you, but that acts as its own entity. So you can give things life in the spirit form, in the spirit realm, by infusing your energy with it. And you can create much power behind that. We're seeing a lot of that now in the artificial intelligence realm too. And I don't recommend people use AI because it's going to lessen your brain power. The more you rely on AI to do work, the less your critical thinking skills are used, and the less your ability to discern real and unreal become.
Oh no, because I'm actually not even doing this. This podcast right now. It's an AI doing a digital graphic of me right now. And so, I'm not even here. I'm actually playing golf or watching Interstellar at the movie theater. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. But because I'm the AI.
It's coming. Yeah. That level of realism and that level of fakeism is going to be blurred more so than it is now. And you're not going to be able to tell who's the true representation of a person and who's the false representation of, a digital system dispensing garbage. But we can see
Yeah.
as remote viewers, we can see as manifestors, we can see as meditators what's true, what's false, what's real, what's fake.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. And I do appreciate what you're saying, that maybe it is. I've used AI even when writing descriptions for YouTube. Like if you're listening to this on YouTube right now and watching us, the truth is I use the AI, the transcripts, and I'll send that to the AI. The AI will write something really beautiful, something far better than I could write. But what you're saying is that then I'm not exercising my ability to write something, and I can't improve if I'm always allowing the AI to write it. Is that what you're saying? That maybe all of us need to think about a little harder?
Yeah, it's going to lessen your ability to be creative. We lose like 12 to 15% of our brain power now, and that's going to be lessened as the decades progress and people begin relying on AI. They're going to rely on AI for news development, for history recording, and it isn't necessarily accurate, correct, or concise or clear. It's superfluous, and there's a lot of information that's given out there in AI lingo. I've used a lot of different language models, and they're off-putting to me. And so I try and be concise, and I try and write my own stuff, and I hope that that's helpful for people. But we're talking about manifestation, And it lessens your ability to be creative when you're relying on something that's artificial. And so look within and find out what it is that you want and identify it, and then uncover those blocks. What's preventing you from getting there? What's the roadblock, or what's the speed bump on your way to manifesting what it is that you want?
And create your own intelligence, not artificial intelligence, but create a glyph in that way. And then and give power to your guardian angel. The way that you build up their energy is to give them credit. And I mean, you sit there and say, hey, I did it. I did it. Well, actually, hey, thank you for doing this for me. That's when we're praying to God and saying, God, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Then we're giving energy to that entity that is going to then help us, because we believe that they can help us more than we believe we can help ourselves. So
Yeah.
we're saying,
And give energy to your soul group and your higher self, and allow that energy to come back and flow into you, because we've separated ourselves from that power and that connectiveness to our source energy. That's a connection to source. And you do that through your heart. You do that through meditation. You do that through listening, and you're going to get better at those techniques. And you'll find you're better at knowing, what am I missing? What's my roadblock? How can I overcome it? Yeah, exactly. I said, listen to yourself. And we're all distracted so much. We're in a distraction nation right now. Everything is vying for our attention, and our soul is sitting there alone. Well, talk to your soul and learn more about yourself than anything, any appliance, any artificial thing knows about you, because you know your soul better than anyone, and you haven't talked to it in a long time.
Doing your meditations with someone that's actually, what is that called, a spoken meditation, where someone's actually doing the meditation for you. Are you suggesting then maybe to take some time to not do a guided meditation, but just do a meditation by yourself, guide yourself, and listen to yourself?
It could be helpful for some. If you want to make your own meditation, read your own script, and then listen to it. It's easy to do now. We all have rectangles that we can use to record ourselves. So use your rectangle and record yourself giving a 15, 20-minute meditation, then put in your earbuds and listen to yourself talking to yourself, give you a 15-minute meditation, and see how much more enlightening that is than listening to someone else do a 15-minute meditation for you. I think you'll find that circle becomes more complete, and that energy connection becomes more complete, because you're not allowing your soul essence to drift into somebody else, but you're completing it on your own.
Is there anything else you want to share before I get back on the road here?
You did mention light beings. You did mention angels. You did mention holy guardian angels. They're not human, and so they don't have as much of an experience with the soul human path that we do living here. And so it's our burden to try and understand what our obstacles are and overcome them. And we rely on holy guardian angels a lot, but they're not going to help you evolve on that soul path. That's a path for you alone, to travel alone, and to have the successes and the failures on your own too.
I love it. That's great advice.
And you just have to find where you are in time. What is your roadblock? How can you overcome it? How can you get better? How can you be on the other side? And you're going to be I think you'll be on a better road or highway to manifestation when you connect to your soul and yourself and your source.
Absolutely. Hey, so you've been listening to the Ultimate Reality Surfing Podcast. I'm Daniel Lakstins, and this is Todd Ronan. We covered a lot of good information at
www.realityforecast.com. So subscribe and hit the bells. Run over to ultimaterealitysurfing.com and download a free copy of Designing Your Perfect Reality.